This week's mystery comes to us from the meeting point of two famous men. One an artist, the other a Renaissance man. And though their names would later become permanently intertwined in a tightly woven mystery, the men had their share of differences. Perhaps the biggest of them being that one was unquestionably real and one was entirely imaginary. Our story begins with a Dutchman by the name of Rembrandt. It was the 17th century, and while England was enjoying a period of Baroque art, Dutch art took an approach to the subject that was antithetical to that of the English. And it was into this world that our subject arrived. Born July 15, 1606, Rembrandt seemed to possess a natural talent, ability, and understanding of art, which was seldom seen in such concentration. While many were talented, Rembrandt seemed to be gifted. And he honed that gift into the perfection we all know and enjoy today after studying under Jacob van Swanberg for several years as a teen. After his apprenticeship, he made a very popular name for himself as a painter, printer, and draughtsman. What Rembrandt did departed from the normal way of things, in that he worked in multiple styles, methods, and even subjects throughout his career as an artist. He painted landscapes, allegories, historical scenes, biblical scenes, mythology, and animal studies, among others. His works took a great deal of inspiration from Italian and Netherlandish artists in spite of the fact that he never traveled during his lifetime, and thus never visited any of those countries. Sadly, as Rembrandt reached an older age, he fell upon hard times both personally and financially. Though even through this time, he remained wildly popular. Enter the second man. He is the subject of German legend and folklore, based in turn on the real-life Johann Georg Faust, who was a Renaissance man and spent his life as an alchemist, astrologist, and a magician. The legendary counterpart was known simply as Dr. Faust and was extraordinarily successful in life, having achieved everything he wanted. He had it all. Yet, one thing was lacking in his life. One thing that made all of his successes seem distant and unappealing. He was unable to find a sense of fulfillment in life. After no doubt trying to cure his ailment on his own, he followed in the steps of many and other legends, both before and after his. He turned to the devil. One night he found the devil hanging out somewhere and approached him to make a deal. He would offer him his eternal soul if he would do something for him. The price he asked for his soul was unlimited knowledge and worldly pleasures. The devil, knowing there was a sucker born every minute, agreed to the terms, and the historic deal was made. And so it is here, at the low point in the lives of both men, that their paths cross. The result is this print, made by Rembrandt in 1652. It seems to capture the very moment of mystical revelation, as its subject sits in his study. Most agree that the subject is Faust. In the background of the print is a large window, the curtains of which have been pushed to either side. To the viewer's left is a skull, which carefully echoes the face of the subject. And finally, we have Faust gazing intently at an illuminated disc, which seems to be floating in mid-air. And on this disc, we must stop and make our examination for today. On the disc, there seems to be writing of some sort. It might be passed off as another language if it fit into any known language. Upon further examination, it seems to be a code. Regardless of its status as a code, however, there is one word that seems to be known. It appears in the center of the disc and reads INRI. It is widely believed to be the Latin inscription upon the cross of Christ. About the rest of the words, we aren't so sure. Reading clockwise from the southeast portion of the disc, we have ADAM, TE, DAGERAM, AMRTET, ALGAR, and ALGASTNA. What the words mean is the subject of speculation and debate. Dmitri Borgman has successfully solved many codes in his lifetime. He even wrote a book dealing with the subject called Beyond Language. However, there were two stumpers that he never worked out. One of them was the French government's code containing the formula used for the pricing of funerals, and the second was this code. What does it all mean? Was this code meant to signify that both men, in the low points of their lives, made the exact same pact with the exact same person? Or perhaps that Rembrandt understood how Faust must have felt. But why the draw to Faust? These prints were made on Asian paper that was available in Amsterdam in and after 1647, and Rembrandt favored this kind of paper after this point. The prints are currently held by the Metropolitan Museum of Art and Pierpoint Morgan Library. Perhaps you could stop there one day, have a cup of coffee, and try to solve the mystery of Faust's magic disc.